Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into something that literally transformed my life from the ground up, and it's called the power of manifestation. I don't say this lightly. When I tell you manifestation changed everything for me, I mean everything. At just 11 years of age, I found myself completely alone in the world. I was dealing with a lot of issues as a young child, and by the time I turned 19, I lost both my parents unexpectedly. And in an instant, my childhood, as I knew it, was over. I became what society coldly labels as an orphan, a word that carries so much weight and so much sadness. In those early years of grief, something inside me refused to accept that my story was already written. Despite having no roadmap and very few resources, I began to envision a different future for myself. I was teaching in a school at that time as a primary school teacher, which I absolutely loved. I think teaching is one of the greatest professions, and I continue to do it in some form or the other. I would sit for hours visualizing myself traveling to far off places, working in important buildings, and making a difference in the world. In my darkest moments, these visions became my lifeline. Now, fast forward to today, and those childhood visualizations manifested into a career working with international organizations that has taken me across to more than 100 countries. The little girl who once had nothing but dreams could now sit in meetings with world leaders, helping shape policies that affect thousands of people. But here's what I came to understand. My story is not a miracle or an exception. It's a testament to a power we all possess, the ability to manifest our deepest desires through focused intention and aligned action. Today, I want to share these techniques not as some mystical secret, but as practical tools grounded in neuroscience and psychology. I will refer the groundbreaking work of Dr. Jim Doty, a Stanford neurosurgeon and neuroscientist, who has dedicated his entire career to understanding how our brains can literally reshape our reality through visualization and manifestation. By the end of this video, you will understand not just how to manifest, but why these techniques work on a neurological level and how to clear the internal barriers that might be blocking your manifestation power. So let's now start to understand how does manifestation actually happen. At its core, manifestation is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and belief. It's not magic. It's a combination of psychology, neuroscience, and energy that creates real-world results. Dr. Jim Doty's research at Stanford has been revolutionary in helping us understand the neurological basis for a manifestation. Through his work, we also know that the brain does not distinguish very well between vivid imagination and reality. When you visualize something, it could be anything, with enough clarity and emotion, your brain begins creating neural pathways as if that experience was actually happening. In his book, it's called Into the Magic Shop, Dr. Doty explains how the brain's neuroplasticity, its ability to form new connections and pathways, allows us to literally review our thought patterns through focused visualization. This is no voodoo, this is a new age philosophy, it's hard science. When you constantly visualize your desired outcome, several things start to happen in your brain. Number one, first is called your reticular activating system. In our short forms, it's called RAS. Essentially, your brain's filtering system becomes programmed to notice opportunities related to your desire that might otherwise go unnoticed. For example, let's say you wanted to buy a white colored Innova. Now, in your mind, that is color that you want to buy, and Innova is the car you want to buy. Whenever you will step out, whether you are going to a drive or whether you're going to a marketplace, your eyes will figure out that white colored Innova. You will see it everywhere. It was always there. It's not that Innova is a new car. It's just that your brain starts to identify that particular car. Secondly, your brain releases the same neurochemicals during visualization as if it would be actually experiencing your desire. These include dopamine, which increases motivation and focus, and serotonin, which improves your mood and confidence. Finally, consistent visualization creates stronger neural connections, making that vision feel more achievable and natural over time. This is why Olympic athletes use visualization as a core training technique. Their brains are being trained to succeed even before their bodies begin the motion. Now, what happens and what are the blocks that happen when manifestation doesn't take place, or what blocks manifestation? So, this is where a lot of people get stuck and say, oh, it's not possible, da 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 da. The thing is, these desires don't materialize because the answer to that question is, that Dr. Doty usually mentions, is emotional baggage, the accumulated pain, the limited beliefs and unresolved trauma that we carry with us, often unconsciously. This baggage acts like a static interference on a radio, disrupting the clear signal of our manifestations. No matter how perfectly you follow manifestation practices, if your subconscious mind is broadcasting, I don't deserve this, this is beyond me, there is no way I can ever achieve this, this isn't even possible for someone like me, you are working against yourself. During my childhood, that baggage was extremely heavy. It was so heavy, I can't tell you. I carried beliefs like I'm alone in the world. No one is coming to save me. My parents left me. They died. There's nothing that I can achieve in my life. I have to struggle to survive. Even as I practiced visualization, these underlying beliefs created resistance. Your baggage may be something different. Perhaps you are carrying messages from your childhood that you are not smart enough, not worthy of great experiences, or you will have to sacrifice your happiness for success, and money is only earned through bad means, whatever be the limitations, it could be anything. But these past disappointments have somehow taught you that it's safer to expect less. Or perhaps you grew up in a family, there was scarcity and there was struggle, and those patterns have been passed on to you. Now, these patterns become ingrained in our subconscious mind. The truth is, all human beings which are walking around on this planet Earth are carrying some emotional baggage. And at the core of it all, what we all deeply want is to be seen, to be heard, to heal, to celebrate, and to enjoy life. Now, what Dr. Doty's research is telling us is that this unresolved trauma doesn't just affect our psychology. It creates measurable changes in our nervous system and immune function also. And because of that, we are not able to take charge, because that baggage, it's a thread which is pulling us. It's not letting us reach the final goal, because that it creates tension in our bodies and energy blockages, and that directly impact our ability to manifest. But there is hope. There is one thing is to clear that baggage by simple awareness. Just thinking of, why do I think like that? Why do I think this is not possible for me? Why I am always thinking in the negative space, and changing the dialogue around it. The minute you start to change the dialogue, and the minute you start to say positive affirmations, the minute you start to say positive things and you say it in the present, I have this car, I am going to achieve this goal, I am going to be a certain weight, I am going to manifest the dream house that I want. When you start to say things in the present and constantly repeat it, that is when things start to change. There are so many evidence-based approaches that you can follow and implement which can transform your life. They are not voodoo, or they are not things that does not happen. They are not things that are just being said. They are backed by science. So most important thing is to be kind to yourself. Just remember, the world begins and ends with you. You are the center of the universe. Whatever trauma you are carrying, whatever baggage you are carrying, it has happened to you. But how you react to it is something that you can change. It is something that you can work on. So when you do that, that self-compassion towards yourself actually changes your brain chemistry. It reduces your cortisol and it increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This physiological shift takes you from a survival mode to basically a space where manifestation becomes possible. I think it's very important to tell yourself that you are good, you are nice. The way you will talk to a friend who is suffering. Can we all learn to be kind to ourselves? We'll be kind to the whole world. The whole world will be kind, and we'll be like, I'm there for you if a friend is in trouble and everything. But towards ourselves, it's constant self-judgment. We need to change this. The second thing which Dr. Doty talks about is something which we call emotional hygiene. Just as we shower daily, every day we take a shower, every day we clean our bodies, we need regular practices to process and release the emotional residue. So one of the things that you can do for that is journaling. It's nice to write down what you are going through and release it on paper. As you release it on paper, it loses its grip on you. You become in a more cleaner, calmer, kinder place. I think writing, in my case, became my salvation. For years, I've been writing a journal. I would just write and write and write. I would write letters to my parents. I would write letters to my teachers, expressing my grief. But at the same time, I'll also share my dreams. I would also share my ambitions. I would also share my desires. I want to travel first class. I want to go to Switzerland. I want to travel the whole of India. Whatever the desires that I had as a 19, 20-year-old girl, I would write it down. And the third thing that you can do is somatic release. Trauma and emotional baggage is not just stored in our minds. It is also stored in our body. But practices, we are so fortunate to be living and being born in a country like India, where we can do breath work, we can do yoga, and we can do different things, mindfulness practices. And during my most challenging times, I discovered that movement was medicine. Simple stretching and deep breathing would shift my state. I would go for a walk. I love nature. I love green plants. It would help me to come into a space of positivity. When I would see this, trees swinging, or I've always had a little garden of my own, though I don't have green fingers. So the minute I think I touch a plant, the plant chooses not to live anymore. But that's beside the point. That's another conversation. But these healing practices helped me manifest the desires that were lying deep in my heart. I know from personal experience, when you work on yourself, when you heal yourself, and you couple that with your mindfulness practices, manifestation practices, then change starts to happen. You and you alone can do it for yourself. And that's why it is important to understand that manifestation is a science, and there are tools that we can use to address the baggage that we are carrying. There is a protocol for manifestation and the exact ways by which we can create something out of nothing, because it is all deeply there. It is for us to take. So first of all, most importantly, step one, know what you want. Vague desires will create vague results. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, try saying, I want to work for the United Nations, or I want to be the principal of the school, or I want to be the best mother that I can be. I want to live in a particular city, give the name of that city. Be very, very clear of what you want. And when you have that clarity, then the things become clearer to the universe also. This specifically activates your brain's reticular activating system. When I was 15, I wrote down in detail the kind of work I wanted to do. I wanted to work for United Nations, and I wanted to live in Geneva. And that clarity became my North Star. I achieved it. I achieved it when I was about in my 30s, but I achieved that. Secondly, engage multiple senses in your visualization. Don't just see your desire, feel it, smell it. How would it be to sit in a Michelin star restaurant? What would be the napkin like? What would be the plate? How will the food be displayed? How many waiters will be attending on you? Whatever it is, smell it, taste it. The multi-sensory visualization activates your neural networks and creates stronger pathways. I would visualize seeing myself in international buildings, having a car which was chauffeur driven with the UN flag on it, hearing the multiple languages which are being spoken around me, even smelling the coffee in the conference rooms. That rich detail made the visualization more real to me, and it made more real to my brain. That is more important than how real it made me feel. So it is very important to visualize in all its entirety. Third, infuse your visualization with emotion. Emotion is the energy that powers manifestation. Your brain releases different kinds of neurochemicals, right? Depending on your emotional state. And these particular chemicals can either support you or they can really stop your manifestation. So try to focus on, think about that when you're visualizing about your future life, your future career, generate that emotion of feeling, emotion of confidence, emotion of joy. If you think you want to be a certain weight, you want to look a certain way, visualize how you would look like. I would dress up like this. This would be the sari that I would wear. This is the jacket I would wear. This is the kind of makeup I will do. Visualize that. And last but most important thing, take aligned action. Manifestation isn't about passive wishing, it's active co-creation. Your actions send a powerful message to both your subconscious mind and the universe about your commitment to your vision. What are you going to do? Are you going to work harder than everybody else you know? Are you going to, if you want to work in an international organization, are you going to learn different languages? Are you going to read international news? Are you going to seek mentors in global affairs? Even if these choices are difficult or they are not popular, but you got to do it. Without action, nothing happens. Nothing will move in the direction of your dreams. Action, whatever, however small it is, it's the bottom line, and it is like the foundation of your dreams coming out to be true. And one thing which I would like to end the video with is practice gratitude. Be grateful for all that you have right now, because in being grateful, you attract feel-good hormones. This will make you a magnet for opportunities. Even in the most challenging of times, my father had taught me this: before you sleep, you have to say thank you to God for all that you have. Even if you have little, remember there are millions out there who don't even have what you have. So be grateful for that. So with this, I think you can, when you follow these steps and take massive action towards your dreams, you can manifest anything in the world. It is possible for you like it is possible for each one of us. So go out there, work on yourself and manifest, visualize, and you can achieve the greatest things that you want for your life. That is my hope, that is my belief, and that is my personal experience. I hope you have got certain guidelines to practice manifestation in your life. Go for it, do it, and live the life of your dreams. Bye for now.